Hey Cancer, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot, and thank you for your patience and waiting for your love and separation read. I'm here to do your love and separation read for the month of May. Wanted to say thank you, Cancer, for the 3,000 views for March love and separation. Crosswatchers, come on in. Let's see if we can get Cancer a good read. Forward movement, Cancer. I think you're trying to move forward after you felt a period of loss. Looks like, of course, there's not a whole lot of celebration in that for you, but you're able to walk away because you know that with your inner knowing, that's probably the best thing to do. So let's see what's going on with your partner. New beginning, offer. Okay, so your partner wants to move forward. They want to offer both passion and stability, love and romance, right? Let's see why the Lovers is in reverse, though. Could be dealing with Gemini. Yeah, they're no longer holding on to the idea of a new beginning here, but they do want to communicate to you. Here you are, Cancer. They do want to communicate to you regarding how this affected them, right, and how it's affected you. Let's see why you're in the reverse. Okay, balance. Hey, Cancer. I think the idea of this situation is gone because there developed a lot of toxicity as a result of the situation. You're no longer moving forward with it. What you're moving toward here is balance, and you're waiting for the right time. You've been deep in thought about how to gain your balance over this situation, or your partner has, right? But you're showing up here heavily in this, so I gather this is you. But switch them if you need to. So you're trying to gain your balance. I think you've let go of the idea of a fantasy, okay? Because the fantasy no longer served your purpose, right? The fantasy was harming you rather than helping you. So I think that's kind of what you've let go of. I think you do want to communicate, though, to your partner, to this person, what you've been going through, what's been happening. So, how this made you feel, how you felt about them, perhaps. So let's see what your partner's doing. Partner has relationship. You could be dealing with Aries and Taurus. No longer offering relationship. I feel like they just can't do it, and there's no communication here. So it's a loss for both parties here because there's no communication in the situation. Your partner's also having a really rough time of closing this cycle down. I think for them, they're having to let go of the fantasy too. So let's see what your blocks are. Soulmate action, betrayal. Cancer, I think you knew that this person there was a deep connection with this person, right? This person may have been a soulmate. But there was some sort of unspoken betrayal happen here, so let's talk about it. Yeah. Tower moment happened. Fantasy soon became something that you couldn't escape from, okay? The idea of this relationship or continuing this relationship or the re-emergence of this relationship, holding on to that idea started harming you instead of helping you, like I said earlier. But I think it transitioned from just a fantasy into a need, into a toxic cycle of desperation, expectation, dependence, right? So let's see what the blocks, and it took your happiness away, right? So let's see what's going on with your partner. Or, for those of you currently in relationship with this person, the dream soon became a nightmare, right? I think that what happened is things looked really good in the beginning, right? But soon they became really, really toxic. And you had to, for self-preservation purposes, I think you had to leave the relationship. Your blocks seem to be holding back from a relationship. I think you held on to this person for a while and you didn't follow through with the relationship. Or if you reverse it, however it fits for you, your partner held on to this idea for a long time about the relationship with you. And they blocked out everything else in their life, I think, for a long time in order to hold on to this fantasy, right? They're not blocking anything else out now. They're doing the same thing you are and having to let go of this connection. So let's see what the blocks between the two of you are. Yeah, there's no communication coming in, and there's no more joy, passion. Things have come to a halt. There's no communication, there's no passion. Your partner is still, I think there's been an aha moment for the both of you, right? You're going this way, your partner's in the hangman position, so I think you've kind of both realized that in order for there to be anything happen in this relationship, somebody has to make the first move, right? I mean, somebody has to be willing to put in the work for this situation. It doesn't look like either one of you are. I think not putting in the work and moving forward is what you both want at this time. But let's see how your partner feels about you. I think something at one time was innocent, right? And it was tarnished and, it was contaminated. So I think your partners have an anxiety about the rejection they received. They're very defensive about it. And they're still mourning the loss of this relationship. There is no forward movement, but they are juggling with whether or not they should move or should act. And they're not sure that their feelings are going to be reciprocated or received well. And they're afraid it's going to cause even worse communication between the two of you. If they make an offer to you, they think that they might be freeing you of something, right? But they also know there's a chance that you're just not going to accept and receive the communication. So I think that everybody assumes what they want to assume when there's no conversation, right? When there's no communication had about an issue, people assume what they want to. They fill the gaps in, right? I think that's what's happening here. So I think this is a missed opportunity. Somebody deeply wants to apologize for a missed opportunity, but they're not willing to move forward with it. There's no balance in this situation. You could be dealing with Libra. I've got Leo. I have Earth signs. I've got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I've got Pisces and Scorpio. So, and Leo again. So I think the judgment's been had on this situation that there's not going to be any more movement. There's not going to be a commitment. So somebody's letting go with the idea of something happening, right? So what I'm seeing here, yeah, the Empress is in reverse. There's too many burdens in this situation. Somebody isn't single here either. New leap of faith towards the Emperor. So I think the Emperor in this situation, because there wasn't healing, there wasn't planning, there was deception and lack and heartbreak and harsh communication when there was communication. I think that you're both deciding that, this dream is never going to happen. It's kind of like, when you're a kid and you want to be a rock star, you want to be a whatever, and then you get to a certain age where you're like, that's not going to happen, right? So time to get serious, right? So I think that's kind of where you're at on a love relationship level. I think there was a period of time in which this relationship, the sky was the limit, right? But then the further in the relationship it went, the more obstacles came up and the more it didn't really serve. And I think that you have a situation in which you both have the desire to want it to come and be the way that it was. And sometimes you just cannot bring a situation back to what it was. So let's see what's going on for you in the future, Cancer. So first of all, having the confidence to move forward in your own right and figuring out what you want moving forward in your own life, instead of saving space and hoping that that person will return, now it's time for you to gain your grounding and your confidence in what do you want moving forward. That's your victory in this situation. So concentrating on the loss of it is bringing in negative. It's continuing the cycle. Concentrating on moving forward is where you're going to have your victory. Saying, thanks for the moment that I had with you. You taught me A, B, C, D. And I appreciate that, and I want what's for your highest good, and I'm turning it out to the universe, okay? That's where your focus needs to be, right? Also, the root chakra may be blocked. So you've got some kind of root chakra issue about grounding, confidence in moving forward, support systems that you need to unblock. So let's get some other cards on it and see what they have to say. Focus on love, okay? Not loss, but the love. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. And this is coming into alignment, coming into recognition, coming into closure, okay? Coming into acceptance, okay? And saying, you know what? Like I said before, you gave me a beautiful gift of whatever that is that person gave you. It wasn't meant to be for a lifetime. Maybe it was only meant to be for a little bit. And I benefited from that because of A, B, C, D. Thank you for that. I wish you unconditional love and the highest good, right? And move on with what it is that you need to move forward with in your life and quit holding space and holding on to this idea, this expectation, right? You have to release the expectation. So, Cancer, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much. Stay safe, and I'll be back shortly with what's in their head.